Anonymous. I am a professional chef and I make videos about delicious food and the techniques that go into making it. Today we are going to talk about French pastry magic. We're going to be talking about croissants and, ooh, look at this one. Beautiful, right? These are two pastries that really embody the elegance and the romance of French cuisine. They're also incredibly fun to make, and today I'm going to show you how. So let's start with the croissant. Here I have some puff pastry. You can buy this in the refrigerator section of most large grocery stores, and all you need to do is let it come to room temperature before using it. Once your puff pastry has come to a room temperature, you want to roll it out, and you want to roll it out into a rectangle. After you get an even rectangle, you want to take that and fold it into thirds like you would a letter. Once you've done that, you're going to want to roll it back out again. And you're going to want to repeat that process until you have even pieces that are roughly the same size. Once you have even pieces,
You're going to want to roll them out into croissants, kind of like this.
then you're going to want to roll those suckers up tightly, tucking in the ends so they don't unravel in the cooking process. And then you're going to want to take your rolling pin and you're going to want to gently roll those out into the beautiful crescent shapes that you see here. For the filling, we're going to use some pastry cream. Now you can make your own pastry cream bar. You can buy it store-bought like I did here. Once you have your pastry cream, you're just going to want to spoon it on top of the... Be careful not to overfill them, because then they might burst in the cooking process. Once you've got a good amount of pastry cream on top of there, you're going to want to fold the ends over like this. Then you're going to want to roll them up one more time, just to make sure that they stay together in the cooking process. Then you're going to want to roll them out one more time, just to make sure that they're even. And then you're going to want to place them on a baking sheet. And then you're going to want to let them rise in a warm place for about an hour, or until they double in size. Once they've doubled in size, you're gonna want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And once your oven is preheated, you're gonna want to put these in, and you're gonna want to bake them for 15 to 20 minutes or until golden brown.
And there you have it, my friends.
Look at this beauty. Look at that color. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's so beautiful. This is what you call a perfect croissant. Okay, let's try another one. Éclairs are very similar to croissants in the sense that they also use puff pastry and they also have a pastry cream filling. The difference between them is that are oblong in shape, and they were usually filled with either pastry cream or chocolate cream. Sometimes you can even get savory, but today we're going to stick with the sweet ones. So once you have your puff pastry, you want to roll it out into a rectangle like you did with the croissant. Then you want to take that rectangle and you want to cut it into strips that are roughly 3 inches wide, and then you want to take those strips and you want to roll them up into the elongated chips that you see. Once you've done that, you want to place them on a baking sheet. And then you want to let them rise like you did with the... While those are rising, you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And once they've risen and your oven is preheated, you want to bake them for 15 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. Okay, now that we know how to make the shells, let's make the pastry cream. to make their pastry cream. You're going to need some milk, granulated sugar, cornstarch, vanilla, bean paste, and some salt. In a medium saucepan, combine the milk, sugar, cornstarch, and salt. Whisk that together on medium heat until it's thickening. Once it's thickening, you re-on. Nah, I want to take it off the heat and then you re-on. Nah, I want to stir in the vanilla bean paste. And that right here, my friends, is your pastry cream. It's gonna be the perfect filling for both your croissants and there you have it, my friends. This is French pastry magic. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something new. If you did, please hit that like button below. It really helps my channel grow. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel. I post new videos every week. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.